What do you think? Want to do some more animation with me? Yeah! Okay, here's the plan. I want to make this shot where the frog is jumping onto this lily pad. This lily pad is gonna like bob up and down in the water when it lands. I need to figure out how to do that. I know the type of motion I want is a sort of oscillation that diminishes over time, but all that back and forth motion sounds like a major headache to animate in stop motion. So ideally, I'd like to look at all my frames, eliminate the repeats, and then rearrange them into a more linear order that would be easier to shoot. I just need to figure out exactly what kind of motion I want so I can isolate the specific frames I need and just shoot those. So here's what I figured out. If I make it so that the bottom decreases by half each time, I can make it so that the top is in between those two numbers and it can decrease by half. This total distance here is 29 units. So I've just made a file over here where this ball moves up and it takes 29 frames to do so. That's my plan for timing. I'm gonna make it slow at each of these extremities and just make it go really fast in between, so there's only gonna be a frame at the 0 point in between that, so then I don't have to do that many frames. I have circled all the numbers that I will still need, so the other ones I'm just going to go through and delete. All the frames I have left should be enough to make this motion. I made a test to check the motion by rearranging those frames, and I think it looks great. So the moral of the story is, if you graph, you win. Okay, so I did a little bit more work on this. I just made something that I could use a little more easily for my stop motion. Now the next step is making myself a lily pad. So here is my beautiful lily pad. I made it so that the shade of green is a bit brighter than my frog friend here, so he doesn't blend in too much. But I think I'm going to animate the lily pad separate from the frog. I'll just stick the frog on in post. I'm still not entirely sure how I'm going to do this. See, I need the middle part to go up and down, but the outside should be relatively stable. So I need to rig up some sort of contraption. I'll be back with the solution. So what I did is took a bowl and put a pillar of plasticine in the middle, and then I took my lily pad, put it on top, and then I just lined it up and pushed it down a little bit more each time until I got all my frames. So I put in all my lily pad frames. They are right here, and I can then just go outside my symbol here and it should play. Nice. I also posed out the frog for the shot, but I didn't film any of it, so the frog's kind of sad about it. I mean, it was a struggle to get some of the poses. I honestly thought the plasticine on the legs would have more holding power. Surprise, it doesn't. The string is only really there to keep the legs attached. I know I should have used wire, but my wire was packed into a box somewhere because I moved, so I made do. Anyway, I did my best to get all the poses I needed. I think I can just flub the jump with a few frames. I took some extra shots though, just so I would have options. But I'm gonna cut all these out of their backgrounds and start assembling it. So here are all my frog frames all cut out. I reused the same pose a bunch in some parts. And then he lands, and I did this thing where his knees go up and down, so I think that looks pretty cool. And at full speed, it looks like this. Now, I really need to start thinking about the background, but you will need to stay tuned and subscribe because that's going to be it for this video. If you liked this video, please let me know in the comments or press that little thumbs up icon. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!